To game 2 of our doubleheader coverage. Slice and squeeze already going here in the top of the first. Runner on first is Stormy Kotzelnick. Just saw Taylor Johnson out of Wisconsin strike out. Now here's Nikki Cochran, who's had quite the week. She stands in now, hitting .421 this summer. Hit and run, and Kotzelnick gets there easily, and now she's heading for third. Swipe tag is in time to get Kotzelnick for out number 2. Slice defensively. Was playing a little game of cat and mouse. Tag applied to Kotzelnick, says the umpire over there. Home plate umpire now coming in to converse. Make sure things are checked. She is out, 2 away. In the circle for the slice, it's Shannon Sale out of Oklahoma, or Shanny Flame, as her Twitter and her team would reflect. Out of Land O'Lakes, Florida, FIU transfer before she went to the Sooners. 67 to 97 on the scouting report. Curveball, lots of rise, really jumpy, climbs the ladder, works up in the zone. For the senior, taking that waiver year, going back to play for Patty Gasso. She's got a 2.92 ERA so far this summer. 1-1 record, 12 innings. Inside to Cochran. 2-1. Sale's given up 5 hits, 5 runs all earned, 7 walks, 25 strikeouts now, including the one of Johnson earlier in the top of the first. Scoreless here, squeeze and slice. Just missed, 3-1. Squeeze 6-1 on the year, slice 3-4 after falling 9-2 earlier today to the Pioneers. Order for the squeeze. Wilkie batting cleanup. 6. Jordan Padla batting 7th as Cochran takes it low for ball 4. Abby Stewart will bat 8th. Megan Ricks batting 9th. And in the 10 spot, Sarah Berfume. Sale in the circle for the slice. Give you the rest of the defense in just a moment. Bunch of little nagging things for the slice. They've had to bring in a new player as Kenna Wilkie swings and misses at strike 1. Out on left is Caitlin Davis, Jasmine Dodd in center, and right, Kinsey Gels moving from her usual infield spot. Addie Reese at third, Maddie Banks at short, Bree Roper at second, Haley Bejarano at first, Ludlam behind the plate as Sale trips a bit. Illegal pitch called, 1-1. Kenna Wilkie at the plate, 353 average this summer, 476 OBP. 2 outs, runner at first. No score, top of the first. Swing and a miss, 1-2. These two teams have already met. That was here at Lakewood Ranch last week, a 7-3 win for the Squeeze on Friday night. That was before Sale joined the team that Saturday. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. Sale appeared in the game against the River Mocs and was chased after 4 innings. It was earlier this week. Was striking out people, but gave up a couple bombs and was really struggling with the walks. 2-2 to Wilkie. All the way to the backstop. There goes Cochran on the wild pitch. Full count to Wilkie now. Payoff coming to Wilkie. Swing and a miss. Got her on the rise for out number 3. 2 strikeouts for Shannon Sale in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half. Slice will come to the plate against Kenna Wilkie. Here on Stream Live Tampa, Gray Robertson here. Entire crew, Jim Delaney also here. And we are bringing you the action. We've already seen a couple games go final on this field. Fast Pitch U beat the Lynx 6-5. Impact just run ruled the Pioneers 9-0. And now here's game 3 on field 2. Over on the other field, the River Mocs and Fast Pitch U in the bottom of the 6th. The River Mocs up 9-3. And earlier today, The slice fell to the Pioneers 9-2. But we are here on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's hot, it's steamy, and now it's a little windy, Jim.
It's a little windy. I was going to say, you were calling this the marquee matchup for today. Well, you just look at the schools represented in the starting lineups from Washington, Vodtech, UCF, Wisconsin, Louisville, Clemson, a Florida signee, Oklahoma, Furman, Georgia Tech. I mean, these are a lot in this game in these two starting lineups. So this should be a good one between the squeeze and the slice.
We'll see what the bottom of the first has to offer. Here's the batting order for the slice. Starting off with Jasmine Dodd leading off out of Alabama State. Heading there next year to play for Coach Bradley. Maddie Banks in the 2 spot. Addie Reese batting 3rd. Neely Herring cleaning up. Haley Bejarano in the 5 spot. Lindsay Tony Gay in the 6. Riley Ludlam in the 7. Bree Roper in the 8. Caitlin Davis in the 9. Kenzie Gales batting 10th, trying to turn it over against Kenna Wilkie in the circle. 3-1 record for her so far this summer. She's got an ERA of .86. 18 1/3 innings pitched. 5 hits allowed. 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 16 walks and 25 strikeouts for Wilkie so far this summer. Option number 2 for the squeeze is Jenna Green if Wilkie gets it. What Wilkie can do against the slice lineup. Starting off with Jasmine Dodd. Remember, the slice already played a game today. Didn't go well. A 9-2 loss to the Pioneers. Starting off with Jasmine Dodd, junior, Tyler JUCO transfer out of Bentonville, Arkansas, headed to Alabama State to play in 2021. Dodd on the summer, entered the day hitting 167, including a home run that she had the other night. First pitch away from Wilkie to Dodd. Two 2-0 to Dodd. Earlier today, in the game against the Pioneers, Dodd was 1 for 3 with a walk. In there for strike 1, 2-1. Wilkie, a junior out of Northwestern, Braidwood, Illinois native, 2018 Big Ten All-Freshman team. Helped Northwestern behind Danielle Williams to that number 16 overall seed in 2019. Trying to get a little bit better before 2021. 2-2. For the majority of the postseason last year, it was G. Juarez in the circle for Oklahoma, but Sale did have a couple big innings. It was Williams mainly for Northwestern, but Wilkie pitched a good bit in Game 2 of the Norman Super Regional against Oklahoma. 2-2 to Dodd, found back again. In the field for the squeeze, out in left, Jordan Cadlam, Alexis Johns in the center, Jordan Wolfe out in right. Taylor Johnson at third, Stormy Konselnick at short, Megan Ricks at second, Nikki Cochran over at first, and Abby Stewart catching for Wilkie today. Change in there for a called strike 3. Gina Snyder with her arms out said, "How?" 1 down.
Little different feel to this game.
Here's a 2-hole hitter, Maddie Banks. Been steaming at the plate so far this summer. First pitch outside. Banks entered the day hitting .588 with 4 homers, 10 runs batted in, a triple, 667 OBP. Earlier today was 2 for 4. Rise goes high, 2-0. Way up and foul. Attacking the 2-0, 2-1. Banks, a sophomore out of Virginia Tech from Bettendorf, Iowa. Swing and a miss. Under the rise, 2-2. Wind continuing to blow a bit, heading out to the right. Upstairs, full count to Banks. Banks saw a big leap in 2020. Averaged around 250, 260 as a freshman, but up in the high 300s as a sophomore for Pete DeMore. Payoff. Over to third. Addie Reese added hop up on her. Throw to first. Not in time. Banks beat it out. Infield single. Johnson just saw it climb up, take an odd hop right into the chest. Took her a second to get the ball in the hand. And now Banks is aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Here's Addie Reese. Going is Banks. She'll slide in easily, way ahead of a tag. She's in scoring position with 1 out on the stolen base. Here's Addie Reese at the plate. Now with an chance. With 4 runs batted in and a homer. Banks over at second. Plenty of speed with a base hit. Foul back. Earlier today, Reese was 0 for 4. Player out of Whitewater, Kansas. Sophomore last year for Wichita State. Wilkie ready. Up high, already in a bit of trouble here in the bottom of the first. Wilkie the delivery. Fouled off. Wind is taking the tent. Everything's fine. I'm a little bit heavier than the tent, so I'll stick around here. This kind of happened last Saturday as the games wore on. The wind picked up. Another pitch from Wilkie to Reese. Up high. Maddie Banks is at second. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless game. Full count to Addie Reese. Swing and a miss. Got her upstairs. Second strikeout for Wilkie. 2 down. But here's Neely Herring. Another player hitting it well. 375 average, 500 on base percentage. He's got 7 runs batted in and 3 home runs out of Wichita State. Away for ball 1. Herring from Chandler, Oklahoma. 1 for 3 against the Pioneers in the morning session of games. Strike 1. Again, it is suddenly very windy. It's also very hot here at Lakewood. Feels like 104-91 officially. First game of the day for the Squeeze, second for the Slam. They've had a bit of a break. Upstairs, 3-1. And a miss, full count. Struck her out to end the inning. Stranding Banks at second. A single sandwiched in between 3 Ks for Kenna Wilkie. And we're through 1. A runner left in scoring position for the Slice. Squeeze coming back to the plate against Shannon Sale. So we head up top of the second.
Yeah, great. Sale versus Wilkie looks like a good match. I want to thank all the kind people that have been coming up with their kind words today. I know Jeff Green came up, said hi. Steve Ricks. We talked a little. Listening, I'm pretty sure he's on a softball field somewhere. So we appreciate everybody seeing the effort that we're giving here. And yeah, Gray, you're right. It was getting windy. We almost lost the tent, but we waited down a little bit, and we should be good to go as we head into the second inning.
And it will be 5, 6, 7. Again, Shannon Sale, 2017 Conference USA Freshman of the Year, 17 and 18 first team All CUSA. Transferred to Oklahoma, part of that run to the Women's College World Series Champ Series in 2019, where she was second team All Big 12. Didn't appear a ton in the NCAA tournament, did get some innings in the World Series. One against Alabama. I don't even think it was a complete inning against the Crimson Tide in Game 2 on semifinal Sunday. Appeared a little bit in the Champ Series against UCLA. Was added a week ago to the Slice roster. It's been a lot of flame, a lot of strikeouts on the rise ball, but she's given up some runs too, given up a couple bombs, including against Michaela Frazier of the Lynx, the first batter she faced in the FGCL. She starts off with Jordan Wolfe near the top of the second. Junior last year from Louisville. 333 average, 6 of 18 with 3 runs batted in so far this summer. That hits her real hard. She didn't love it. Set down the bat instead of probably what she wanted to do, which was throw it with the leadoff hit by pitch here in the top of the second. Tight. 9-4 River Monks over fast pitch U, but 2 on in the bottom of the 7th for FPU. Alexis Johns sees the first pitch in for strike 1. Johns a sophomore last year for FIU, 2019 Conference USA All-Freshman team. Sarasota native. 263 average so far this summer. Bit of a tough week for her at the plate. Now behind 0-2. Here in week 2, just 1 of 10. Average of 100. Trying to get out of what's been a bit of a mini slump. Hard foul. 2. Floats in for a called strike 3, and that's K number 3 for Shannon Sale. 1 down. Jordan Cadlam has been, on the other end, red hot here in week 2. Out of South Florida. Redshirt freshman in 2020. Sees the first pitch ball to the Wesley Chapel, Florida native. This week a 364 average for the summer, 294, 5 of 17. Home run, a couple of runs batted in. Going as the runner Wolfe, she will slide in safely. Ball got away anyway. Once again, runners put in motion by head coach Mario Hernandez. He's over there in the third base coaching box, volunteer assistant at Jacksonville. We've seen him not really care, just send runners. Been very aggressive on the bases. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Got her on the rise. Another strikeout for Shannon Sale. 2 down. Here's Abby Stewart. Out of Clemson. Low for ball 1. Stewart out of Snow Camp, North Carolina. Another player having a good week. 294 so far this summer, but this week for 8, mostly in pinch hitting appearance. Really made nice adjustments at the plate. Slice having to do some shifting defensively with a couple players out with injury. Kelsey Brown down right now. Megan Sheehan down with an injury. So Gina Snyder's had to adjust the lineup a bit. Likes what she has today, though. Over on the other field, it's now 9-6 River Mocs against Fast Pitch U, tying run at the plate. 2 outs. River Mocs had a no-hitter combined going into the 6th. In there for a called strike 3. Third looking for Shannon Sale, and another runner is left on base here in this game. Squeeze coach is not loving it. Frustration from Coach Hernandez and Carson Gordon as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. No score, slice and squeeze here in the marquee matchup of the final day of week 2. Glad you're with us here. Over on the other field, bottom of the 7th, River Mocs up 9-6 on Fast Pitch U, and with the bases loaded, it just ended on a fly out to right. 9-6. The River Mocs end the fast pitch threat. That was a 9-0 game at one point. River Mocs move to 7-1. They're back at the top of the standings. Half game ahead of the Squeeze. Fast pitch U drops to 2-7. They'll have a couple games coming up on Monday. And now the River Mocs have to get ready for a game against the Impact, a team that just run-ruled the Pioneers 9-0. Kennewickee warming up in the circle for the Squeeze. 5, 6, 7 in the lineup for the Bradenton Slice. Here on what has been just an absolute steamer of a day. Wind now blowing at our backs. It was blowing at our backs last Saturday on the opposite side of home plate. So I think it's just me. But we're holding on to everything here as Haley Bejarano steps in. Junior last year for UCF out of Surprise, Arizona. Been dealing with a bit of herself, but still hitting it well so far this summer. In there for strike one. 7-17, 412 average. 4 runs batted in, home run, double. OBP up at 474. Way out quickly, 0-2 to Bejarano. Last time these two teams met, 3 victory. As Bejarano swings and misses. 4th K for Wilkie. Now Lindsay Tony Gay out of Towson. Radford transfer. Senior last year. Out of Sylvester, Georgia. Chase that one way up. 0-1. Tony Gay entered today, hitting .500. But was 1 for 3 against the Pioneers in the 9-2 loss earlier. We're in the bottom of the second. Score, slice and squeeze. 1 out here. Popped up and foul ground. Johnson's there. Makes the catch for a quick second out. Now Riley Ludlam came in today hitting .313, had a home run earlier today against the Pioneers. Drove in 2 runs. Those were the 2 the Slice scored in the 9-2 loss. Straight up. Cochran tracking it. Makes the catch for number 3. And very quickly, we're through 2. Headed to the 3rd. Still scoreless. Slice and squeeze. About the game we expected here. And so far, the pitching has dominated.
Yes, it has. And the Slice batters, they've gone up just swinging. First pitch swinging and staying aggressive. You know they're going to get a lot of strikes. But yeah, this has the makings of potentially a quick one. We'll see who can score first and hang on to it. But so far, sailing lucky here on that deal.
Headed to the top of the third. It's 9-10-1 for the squeeze against the slice. Megan Ricks, Sarah Berfume, Stormy Kotzelnick. Ricks was 0 for the summer before last night. When the lid came off, went 2 for 3. Base hit and then a home run. Now hitting 154 here in the FGCL. She will start off against Shannon Sale, who so far has given up a hit and struck out 5. That's the sign. The first down the heart for track 1. Squeeze unbeaten on the week. We're in the game 1-4-0 here in week 2, including last night's 6-2 win over the Pioneers. Also 1-0 decision over the Lynx, 3-2 over the River Mocs, and one of the best games we've seen so far this year. That was on Tuesday. Thursday, it was a 13-8 classic over Fast Pitch U in extras. In for a ball to Megan Ricks, incoming freshman going to play for Florida Gulf Coast out of Winter Haven, Florida. 2019 Max Preps American. As mentioned earlier, got her first hits of the summer last night against the Pioneers, including a absolutely destroyed ball that went over the center field wall. 2-2 now to Ricks. That's on you. I didn't want to say it, but you didn't know what I was talking about. I thought you were talking about something like thunder. 2-2. Fouled off. Watch out. Here in the top of the third. Ricks leading things off. Just 2 hits so far combined in the game. Oh, wow. Just missed. Full count. Payoff upstairs. It sounded like it hit the knob of the bat. That'll be a foul ball. Just got a touch at the end. And Ricks will stay as that rise was headed way, way back to the backstop. Unfortunate for Ricks. Another payoff coming up. Swing and a miss. Another K for Sale. That's 6. Now Sarah Berfume. Freshman out of Coconut Grove. Berfume out of FAU. First pitch. In the air, and Banks calls everybody off, makes the catch quickly, 2 away. That sets it up for Stormy Kotzelnick. Singled in the first, incoming freshman, going to play for Heather Tarr at Washington. Haven't seen the 2021 schedules, but whether they're playing in the regular season or not, I'm sure the Huskies and the Oklahoma Sooners will meet sometime next year. First pitch to Kotzelnick. Outside for ball 1. Kotzelnick entered the day hitting .560 And now with the single earlier, 15 of 26 with 9 runs batted in, a triple, 2 homers, 4 doubles. Big cut, 1-1. Shaw, 6 strikeouts for Kotzelnick so far this summer. Very aggressive at the plate. Hasn't reached base any other way except via the hit. Everything's fine. Here's Taylor Johnson. Struck out looking in the first on 3 pitches. Ball 1 to Johnson. Entered the day hitting .455 with 8 runs batted in and 4 home runs. This week before that first strikeout, .538. Chase that one. 1-1. No score. Slice and squeeze. Looks like we're going to see an old-fashioned pitcher's duel here. As hits have been hard to come by. Just 2 for the squeeze, both by Stormy Kotzelnick. 2-1 to Johnson. Let it sail, 3-1. Low, that's ball 4. Some 2-out production for the squeeze. Now 2 on. Here, top of the third with Cochran due up. All Nikki Cochran has done this week is hit 3 home runs, drive in 6. Part of a 400 week for her. She walked in the first. Chance to put the squeeze on the board with the speedy Kotzelnick at second. Strike 1. The other one. What about the other one? Is it clear? It's not choppy? For round number 2. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. A couple of flyouts to Cadlib, and now the 10-hole hitter, Kinsey Gels. First pitch high to Gels. Oh for 3 day against the Nears. Makes her 4 of 17 so far. Homers, 4 runs batted in. Gales, a redshirt sophomore out of Florida, transferred in from Mississippi State, where she played a couple years with Vance Tudeman. Been said to be in the mix to possibly replace Sophia Reynoso as the starting shortstop down in Gainesville in 2021. Looking for the bat to get hot, though. 2-1. Rise, and Gels is ahead, 3. Bottom of the third, 2 outs, scoreless game. Nobody aboard. first. Likes what she gets now. The 3-1. Found back on another rise ball. Full count. Hard foul ball down the left field side. Gell's got all of that. Put a bit out in front. Full count still. Change in there for a called strike 3 as Wilkie delivers it and gets Gels for Wilkie's 5th strikeout of a day. Hearing from Billy Wolfe, watching his daughter Jordan Wolfe out of Louisville on the couch in Chicago, checking things out. I'm sure it is a little bit chillier up there than it is here. Here we're through 3, scoreless game. Slice and squeeze. And what we expected to be a pitcher's duel, we're getting it. Headed to the top of the 4th. And Shannon Sale coming back out in the circle.
Yeah, like we figured, Greg. Pitcher's duel. And we do want to thank the Wolfe family. Chimed in on Facebook. We were both getting a big chuckle out of that. Watching from Chicago, watching Jordan, the rest of her Squeeze teammates. Second time in 24 hours. Been lucky enough to have them on Stream Live Tampa. Scorcher, like Greg said, a couple equipment malfunctions. We got them back up and running. Thanks to our crew. But we look to be back live and good stream and got some good audio. And we are through 3. No score.
A change out in the field, out and right for the slice. It is Megan Hargraves, acquisition out of a team here in the FGCL out of South Florida. Coming over from the River Mocs. Slice needed an outfielder. Megan Hargraves wanted to get some more action. She's also wearing number 9, so she replaces Kinsey Gales out and right. End of a 10 spot of the order. First pitch of ball to Kenna Wilkie here in the top of the 4th. Wilkie struck out in the first. 6 Ks for Shannon Sale for the slice. At the knees for strike 1. 2 hits for the Squeeze so far, both from Stormy Kotzelnick. But this is what we expected today. Foul tipped into the glove, 1-2. Over on the other field, they're beginning Impact and River Mocs. Top of the first, no score. River Mocs playing right after a 9-6 win over Fast Pitch U. Fouled back by Wilkie, 1-2. Wilkie out of Northwestern, Sale out of Oklahoma. Up in the air. Third base side, Reese has it. 1 down. Only Stormy Kotzelnick has found a way to get a hold of Shannon Sale. We'll see what Jordan Wolfe can do. Sale got a hold of her back in the second hit by pitch. In there for strike 1. Up in the zone, called strike 0-2. Sales got a rise ball she can throw on multiple levels. Doesn't usually use the low rise that often. The low pitches are usually straight fastballs, but mid-rise can be called for a strike. High rise where she gets the swings and misses. Over to second. And Roper to Bejarano for out number 2. Moving right along here in the top of the 4th to Alexis Johns. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Lays down a bunt, but foul. 0-1. Slapped foul, drifting. Right in front of the fence, 0-2. Johns at the plate, out of Florida International. Trying to keep this 4th inning going. Swung under the rise ball, 3-pitch strikeout. Second time Johns has been sat down on strikes, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless. Who will put a run up? Slice will take their shot against Kenna Wilkie here in what's been an epic pitcher's duel so far. We head to the bottom of the 4th. And it appears a home plate umpire perhaps might be a little bit overheated. Medical staff coming in to check with him. Now talking with the executive director, Ryan Moore. Again, folks, very hot today over here at Lakewood Ranch. 93 degrees officially. Feels like 106. And now with the aid of Ryan Moore and the trainer on site, home plate umpire will leave the field. He'll need some shade. He'll need some water and medical attention as well as the squeeze comes in out of the field. We'll figure out what to do next. Now Ryan Moore trying to make some decisions with Mario Hernandez And the assistant coach for the Slice, Gary Kiefer. Also heard reports potentially it was a knee. That's why the umpire was limping off. Probably add that into how hot it is. Just not very good situation all around. And now the discussion begins. Gina Snyder, Mario Hernandez, Gary Kiefer out there trying to figure out what to do. We're in the bottom of the fourth. It is 0-0, slice and squeeze, I should say. One hit for the Slice so far. 2 for the squeeze. We've had lightning, thunder. We had a game where the umpires were late. Now umpire injury has led to this break in the action. Here on Stream Live Tampa. Entire crew here. I'm Gray Robertson out of the Crimson Tide Sports Network and SEC Network Plus. Excited to bring you this game. It's been a lot of fun so far, and now we wait to see what's going on.
Some umpire's going out to get his gear so he can go behind the plate. And then you just wonder about both pitchers. They were both on a roll. This breaks up any type of momentum. Maybe it gets the bats warmed up, since they were in a groove. But both teams in their dugouts just waiting for the base umpire to go get changed and get some gear on. He'll get behind the dish.
Saw Ryan Moore walking around asking about other umpires. I'd have to assume we're far enough from the game that went right before us that those folks have already gone off to their respective homes here on this Saturday. Just when we thought we might get home at a reasonable hour, now we are waiting for the infield umpire to change into home plate gear and maybe a second umpire to be found. Jokingly, Gina Snyder is saying, square off, Snyder pitching, Gordon hitting. Whoever has more success gets the victory, but that's not the case right now. Again, the home plate umpires, we're headed to the bottom of the fourth. Something was noticeably wrong. He started calling folks over. Limped off with the aid of the on-site trainer and executive director Ryan Moore. And now we wait, try and figure out what the deal is as the head coaches discuss at home plate. It's a 0-0 game, bottom of the fourth. So far in the circle, Shannon Sale has allowed 2 hits, and that's it. No runs. She's walked 2, but struck out 7. Kenna Wilkie, pretty good in her own right. Just 1 hit allowed. Hasn't surrendered a free pass, and she struck out 5. Conversation carrying on at home between Gordon, Snyder and Hernandez. Kiefer now coming back over to join. As we continue to wait. Home plate umpire out with an injury. Field umpire was changing. Home plate umpires in the Slice dugout. Team in there as well as a trainer. And now it sounds like Camille Morgan, Rivermock's assistant, will work the bases, which I'm sure will not be discussed by the coaches at all, because that is interesting. Rivermock's top of the standings, tied with the Squeeze. But we all trust Camille Morgan to make the right calls if necessary, I'm sure. Her team, the Rivermocks, tied at 0 in the top of the second against the Impact. I know Erica Beach is watching. If she wants to come and jump in and be an umpire as well, come on. So Camille Morgan, your new infield umpire, assistant coach for the Rivermocks, home plate umpire coming back. Everything seems fine as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Another delay, this time because of injury behind the plate. And now, again, to bring you up to speed, no score, bottom of the fourth. Home plate umpire got hurt. Infield umpire now behind the plate. And Camille Morgan, the assistant for the Rivermocks, in the field. We'll see if there are any controversial plays for which we can make fun of her. Coach Hernandez wanting to protest already, even though it's tied at 0. And officially a knee issue, knee replacement that just froze up on him. Again, factor in the heat, the stance behind the dish, not ideal. So now Camille Morgan in the field, leaving Michaela Transu alone over on the other field. We'll keep an eye on that one. If the Rivermocks lose that game, Morgan will never be available to be the spare umpire ever again. Top of the order due up for the Slice here in the bottom of the fourth. 1, 2, 3, Dodd, Banks, and Reese against Kennewickey. Dynamic so far. 3 up and 3 down the last 2 frames. Jasmine Dodd struck out looking in the first. Here she is in the fourth. Junior going to play at Alabama State next year. Low for ball 1. What's interesting about this is now you've got a completely separate strike zone with a new home plate umpire. Early guy was giving the inside, not much of the outside. We'll see what the new home base ump does. Gives it to Wilkie there, 1-1. And I, for one, am very excited to see what Camille Morgan does if there's a close play in the field. In there for strike 2. Just when you think you've seen it all here in the FGCL, you see something new and realize we're just at the end of week 2. Rise high, 2-2. Dodd at the plate, bottom of the fourth, nobody out, nobody on, no score. Fouled off. Upstairs pitch, 2-2. They're in the bottom of the second on the other field. No score, River Mocs and Impact. Fouled off again. Dodd stays alive. One for three earlier against the Pioneers. Struck out looking in the first. Hit a home run earlier this week. That one ripped past the second baseman, Ricks, and out into right for a leadoff base hit for Jasmine Dodd. Got all of that one. And just past Megan Ricks at second. One on, nobody out. And now Maddie Banks, who has been the best bat in the Slice lineup all summer. Entered the day hitting .588. Was 2 for 4 against the Pioneers earlier today. Singled, stole a base in the first. She's got 10 runs batted in already this summer. Shows bunt. Foul. 1-1. .200 all the way around here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Banks with 4 homers, almost all of them to opposite field. Lefty out of Virginia Tech. Hit and run to second. Ricks throws first, gets the out. One away, but Dodd now in scoring position. For Addie Reese, strikeout in the first. Second time she's been up with a runner on second. Too far inside, ball 1. Glad you're with us here on Stream Live Tampa. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, I think, Zoom, Google Play, Skype, FaceTime, all the ways. Here in the bottom of the fourth, no score, slice and squeeze. Rise high, 2-0 to Addie Reese. Oh, this is fun. Got a text from my friend Sydney Littlejohn, my partner on SEC Network, tuning in. Former Alabama pitcher. All-American for the Crimson Tide, and Patrick Murphy. Swing and a miss as Carson Gordon says those horrible words from the squeeze dugout. Current Tiger, Alyssa Rivera, is here. She is brainwashing Carson. It's fine. 2-1 to Reese. Rise high, 3-1. Dodd over at second. Hitters count to Addie Reese. See if she gets something she can attack. 3-1. Nope, it's high. 2 on, 1 out. Little bit of trouble here for Kenna Wilkie in the bottom of the fourth. And out comes Mario Hernandez.
Well, like we say, with that unexpected delay, see how the pitchers react to it. And so far, the Slice have gotten 2 runners on. Lead off base hit, and then there's a walk right there. So I know Wilkie was in the timeout, or in the delay, was getting her finger looked at by one of the trainers. She had said what nail, but it was on her glove hand. Had come off. I believe it was her index finger, but it was her glove hand. It was not her pitching hand.
We've seen Wilkie be pretty much unhittable so far this summer, but has had some issues with walks at times. High strikeout number, high number of free passes in her appearances for the Squeeze. Now she faces the first legitimate scoring threat. I am working. First pitch to Neely Herring. Low and away for ball one. Carson Gordon pointing out that Megan King over in the Squeeze dugout as well, so Women's College World Series MVP over there. Part of that 2018 national title team at Florida State with Carson. 1-0 to Neely Herring in for strike one. Herring struck out in the first. Junior out of Wichita State. Had a really good 2020 for the Shockers before the year came to an end. But an RBI chance now. Dodd at second. Reese over at first. One out. Outside, 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Just missing on the outer edge. Herring being patient. Wind picks up at Herring's back. The 3-1. Big cut, full count. Outside, bases loaded. Dodd at third. Reese at second. Herring at first. Wilkie's given up 2 walks today. Those are the last 2 batters. And here's Haley Bejarano. Struck out in the second on 3 pitches. Upstairs. Wilkie got through innings 1 through 3, no problem. Fourth has been a little tougher. 1-0 to Bejarano. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Chase the rise. 1-2. Seen Wilkie go rise heavy last couple innings, but she ended the third with a change strikeout. Wonder if she goes to it here on the 1-2. That one is crushed out to center. Drifting back, it's gone. That's a grand slam for Haley Bejarano. Scoreless no more. Slice up 4-0. A line drive shot out to left center. 4 will come around. And Wilkie finally surrenders runs here in the bottom of the 4th, still with 1 out. One of those mid-level rise balls. Just kind of right over the heart. Bejarano crushed it. 4-0. Nobody on, 1 out. Lindsay Tonigay, first pitch strike. She fouled out in the second. Now the Squeeze. Offense will have to find some runs. Someone gets away, 1-1. Enough to do it against Shannon Sale, who has been really good in the circle so far today. Rise high. Another rise, another ball. Wilkie struggling to find the zone right now and not getting the swings and misses she was getting earlier on. She's just allowed 3 hits, but one of those was a grand slam. Haley Bejarano, and now she walks Tony Gay. Option 2 for the squeeze is Jenna Green. Did not go the whole way last night against the Pioneers, despite not giving up any hits through 4 innings. And now Riley Ludlam. Oh for 1 today, fouled out in the second. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Slice earlier today fell to the Pioneers 9-2. They were trailing 8-0 after 2 innings. Here it's a 4-0 lead on the first place squeeze. Oh, 2. High, 1-2. Over on the other field, top of the third, River Mox up on the impact, 2-0. Change in for a called strike 3, 2 down. Strikeout number 6 for Wilkie, third looking. Here's Bree Roper, flew out in the third. Tony Gay hanging out over there at first, 4-0. Bradenton slice. Popped up. Rick shifting back, and now running in from center field is Johns for out number 3. But the scoreless tie is broken. Haley Bejarano with, I believe, the first grand slam in FGCL history, out to left center to give the slice a 4-0 lead through 4 here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida.
Well, Wilkie didn't come out of the delay very sharp, to say the least, so we'll see how Sale can do it. And she's going to have an even longer delay to come from and see if the squeeze can get back into it.
Headed to the top of the 5th. Squeeze now looking for some runs against Shannon Sale. It's 7-8-9. Cadlib, Stewart, and Ricks. Again, Sale has given up 2 hits. So far, she's walked 2. She's hit a batter, but no runs allowed, and by my count, 7 strikeouts. 4 innings. Comes back out here in the top of the 5th. Again, her first time in the circle since the delay. Been a while since Shannon Sale threw some pitches. See what adjustments the bottom half of the squeeze order has made. Second time up against the Oklahoma pitcher. Sliced 3 and 4 on the season. Lost earlier today. They sit in 4th place. Squeeze at 6 and 1. They're technically in 2nd right now behind the River Mox by percentage. But things could really change here on what's been upset Saturday for most of the afternoon. Cadlib, Stewart, Ricks. Cadlib struck out in the second. Here in the top of the 5th. Squeeze looking to string some base runners together. They've left 4 on. Had a couple runners at second in this game. Cadlib shows bunt, goes too far, 0-1. Cadlib out of South Florida. Good week this week. Hits that one. That's fair. And the throw is in time. Out called by Camille Morgan. Ludlam able to get it over to first for out number 1. Cadlib just had it die in the dirt. Ludlam, nice job getting up quickly. Now time called. New softballs for sale. First pitch to Abby Stewart. And for strike 1. Stewart struck out looking in the second. Here we are in the top of the 5th. Slice up 4-0 after the Haley and slam. One and one. Earlier, that was Bejarano's second home run of the summer. And her 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th runs batted in. 4 entering this game, now 8 on the season. Stewart looking to get something started here in the 5th. Nope, that's a strikeout. Second of a day for her. 8th for sale. 2 down. Megan Ricks struck out in the 3rd. Came alive at the plate last night against the Pioneers. Low for ball 1. Sale in her first marquee matchup for the Slice got roughed up a bit by the River Mocs. A game the River Mocs won 5-4. Sale was chased after 4 innings for giving up some home runs. 4 earned with some walks. Today, though, she has been on point. Trying to get her second straight clean inning. That went in on the hands, and that'll fall for a base hit from Ricks. 3rd hit of the day for the Squeeze, and with 2 outs, trying to get the offense going. Ricks' 3rd hit of the summer. Second time, though, the Squeeze has gotten a hit with 2 outs. Can they build something off it? Here's Sarah Perfume. Popped out in the 3rd on the first pitch of the at-bat. This time takes a strike. Fouled back quickly 0-2. Squeeze has seen deficits like this before. Against Fast Pitch U, they trailed 8-3 through 4 innings. It was 8-4 headed to the 7th. But a 2 RBI single and a 2-run homer sent it to extras. They trail 4-0 in the top of the 5th. Hit and run, fouled back. Another 0-2. In there for a called strike 3, and that'll do it. Here in the top of the 5th. Sale gets another one. That's 9 on the day. And the Squeeze strands another runner on base. Slice will look to add to the lead. 4-0. Headed to the home half of the 5th inning here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida, finishing up our doubleheader coverage on this Saturday of Week 2. An update from the other field as we head to the bottom of the 5th here with the squeeze and slice. It is 3-0 Rivermonks over Impact. Bases loaded, bottom of the 3rd for the Rivermonks with nobody out. So that lead probably about to get a little bit bigger. So far for Myakka City. Home run from Jenny Jansen. Home run from Kaylee Erickson. Double from Claire Ginder. RBI as well, of course, from Lizzie Schubert. Here it's 4-0 Slice, thanks to a grand slam from Haley Bejarano in the bottom of the 4th. We're in the bottom of the 5th now. It's 9-10-1 due up. Davis, Gels, and Dodd. And I should make the change. It's not going to be Gels. It'll be Hargraves, player that came in to replace Gels earlier. Kennewoki back in the circle. And for strike 1. Inside, Davis flew out in the 3rd. Wilkie just faced one over the minimum in the first 3 innings, but the 4th saw 4 runs come on 2 hits. A couple of walks didn't help. Change, hit foul. Gina Snyder over in the third base coaching box. Played at Arizona from 18 to 19 after transferring from Purdue. Pitcher went 5-0 for the Wildcats, and Coach Candrea, including beating UCLA last year up in Westwood. That one straight out to center. Drifting back and up against the wall is Johns, who makes the catch for out number 1. Davis unlocking the power right there. And Johns found the ball right before she found the wall, 1 away. Here's Megan Hargraves at a USF. First game for the Slice after moving over from the Rivermonks. And for strike 1. One and one. Because of the injuries for the Slice, we're down to 2 people that really can play outfield. Rocks had, I think, the biggest roster of anybody, and so Hargraves said, yeah, I'll come play for the Slice for the remainder of the season. Coming on in the 4th, and now here she is, first at bat for Bradenton. Has popped up. Tracking it is Konselnick. She makes the catch for out number 2. But back to the top of the order we go with Jasmine Dodd. Dodd got the whole thing started in the fourth. Her single began the offensive onslaught in the previous inning. Part of a 1-for-2 day for her. Bottom of the fifth, 4-0 Slice. Squeeze. Right up there at the top of the FGCL standings. Trying to stay there. But they'll need to make another comeback here this week. 2-0. Low, 3-0 to Dodd now. Quick chat between Ricks and Wilkie. Looking to get a clean inning. Needs to throw a strike, the 3-0. In there for strike one. That one's high. That's a walk. Fourth walk surrendered by Wilkie in the circle today, and Dodd's aboard with Maddie Banks. Banks 1 for 2, single in the first, ground out in the fourth. Your field umpire is Camille Morgan, assistant coach for the River Mocs, after the original home plate umpire had a knee issue, caused him to leave. Field umpire now behind the plate. Change in for a strike to Banks, who gives a look and says, come on. 0-1. Smile from Wilkie in the circle. Change, swing and a miss, 0-2. Two outs here in the bottom of the fifth. 4-0 Slice. Squeeze trying to get out of it. They've got 6 more outs to play with. Another change. This one out to left. Cadlib is there. She makes the catch to retire the side.
Let's go. Put some runs up.
Another runner left on base for the Slice. So we head to the top of the sixth. Slice leading it 4-0. Squeeze looking for some offense against Shannon Sale, who has been superb so far, but she'll have to face the top of the order, including Stormy Kotzelnick to start it off. Top of the sixth, top of the order for the Squeeze, trailing 4-0. Starting off with Stormy Kotzelnick, Johnson, and Cochran. Your part of the order due up. Third time seeing Shannon Sale. First 2 have gone well for Stormy. A couple of singles. 2 of the 3 hits for the Squeeze. First pitch just missed it, foul. Sale so far, 5 innings, 3 hits allowed, no runs. She's walked 2, she's struck out 9. Quickly, ahead 0-2 of Kotzelnick, incoming freshman, going to play for Heather Tarr next year. With Sis Bates coming back, we'll get to learn from her before joining the left side of the infield. She stands in now 0-2. Trying to get the 6th started right. That'll work. That'll drop out in left field. And slowly played by Davis. Kotzelnick goes all the way there. She'll advance to second on the air, and now a runner in scoring position immediately here in the top of the 6th. And now can the rest of the order back up Kotzelnick. So far today, it's been a tough road, but here's Taylor Johnson, who walked last time up. First pitch strike. She walked in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 1st. Squeeze again. Trailed by 5 against Fast Pitch U earlier this week. Trailed by 4, headed to the 7th. Kotzelnick over at second. The 1-1. That one right up the middle. That'll drop. Kotzelnick heads for 3rd. Had to retreat a second. So got a bit of a late start, but now runners on the corners. Nobody out. Top of the 6th. Squeeze in business, trailing by 4. And who better to have up than the clutch Nikki Cochran? It was her 2-run homer in the 7th against Fast Pitch U that tied that game at 8. She had a home run last night against the Pioneers. Today 0 for 1. Walked in the 1st, flew out in the 3rd. RBI chance. In there for strike 1. Cochran out of Northwestern. A 1 in the dirt. Nice job by Ludlam to stop it. 1-1. We've seen Kotzelnick with a very similar mindset to her head coach here. She'll go at the slightest opening. Ludlam made sure that didn't happen right there. Rise high, that hitter. Bases loaded. And how about this chance for Kenna Wilkie? In the 4th, she gave up a grand slam to give the Slice a 4-0 lead. And now here she is in the 6th at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Trying to help her own cause. Single hit by pitch. First time Sale has shown cracks here in this game. Wilkie's 0 for 2. Wow, just missed that one. 0-1. Strikeout in the 1st, pop out in the 4th. Best offensive chance, though, by far for the Squeeze here in the top of the 6th. 0-1 to Wilkie. Chase the rise, 0-2. Low, 1-2. Now 5 hits on the day for the Squeeze. 2 in this inning. Trying to get something on the board. Trailing 4-0. 1-2 to Wilkie. Took a little off that. 2-2. Popped up. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big chance for Kenna Wilkie at the plate. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Rise high. Full count. Big, big momentum pitch. Wilkie, Sale, payoff, foul back. Just got under the rise ball yet again. Not missing it by much. Squeeze dug out loud. Three-two from Sale. That one poked to second, ate her up. And stepping on the bag is Banks. A run will come in to score. Now the ball gets away. Here comes Johnson. That got her, and she gets up. I thought that'd be obstruction, quite frankly, but now 2 down with Wilkie over at first. Ludlam had the left leg over the bag. Consulate came in to score, so it's 4-1 now. Johnson came around. Cuckram was cut out at second, so very quickly, 1 on, 2 outs. And for a strike to Jordan Wolfe. Ground out in the 4th, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Big-time collision at the plate with Johnson, and Squeeze wanted obstruction. I frankly think they had a good argument. In the dirt, 1-1. Not to be lost in that, a really good play by Maddie Banks. The ball crawled up Bree Roper, and Banks came over barehanded it, stepped on second for the force, trying to get 2. But it was Wolfe's play that helped get the first out right there. Run was going to score either way. Now 1-2 to Wolfe. That one hammered out to the gap. That'll find its way to the fence. Wilkie legging it out for third. And Jordan Wolfe's got the double. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And I saw over in the Squeeze dugout, Johnson was disappointed because she scores if she hadn't decided to come home. Instead, 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Alexis Johns. First pitch fouled back. Johns, not a great day for her. A couple of strikeouts, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. But a really good chance here with Wilkie at 3rd and Wolfe at 2nd. That one out to left, and coming in to make the catch is Davis for out number 3. That'll do it here in the top of the 6th. Squeeze misses a chance. Bases loaded, nobody out, but only one run across. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Slice up 4-1. They'll look for some insurance here against the first place Squeeze.
Jenna, just like I warmed you up. I did. I caught her in the bullpen. Yeah, they asked me to. Yeah? Y'all leaving? Where y'all going? Have a good one.
Off to the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher in the circle for the Manatee Squeeze. That's Jenna Green. 3-0 so far this summer. A 1.56 ERA in 18 innings. 3 complete games. First time she's appeared in relief. She's given up 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 10, struck out 27. Got a complete game victory against the Slice. The first time these two teams met. Freshman out of Presbyterian, Hamlet, North Carolina native. Spin ball pitcher. Mixes it well. It's the rise ball changeup combination that makes her so deadly. Rise can climb the ladder very similar to Shannon Sales. Has a fastball as well. Little bit of a screwball movement to it. A really good changeup, as we mentioned. Facing 3-4-5 for the Slice. 4-1. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Addie Reese to begin. First pitch foul. Off the railing, 0-1. Reese walked and scored in the 4th, struck out in the 1st. Hard foul. Watch out, Gina Snyder. 1-2. Top of the 5th on the other field. 3-0 River Monks over the Impact. Swing and a miss on the change. 1 down. Green coming in and immediately getting a strikeout. Give her 28 this summer, 1 down. Neely Herring walked in and scored in the 4th, struck out in the 1st. First pitch ball to Herring. Herring against Green last Friday, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Struck out a couple times. In there for strike 1. 2 up in the top of the 7th for the Squeeze. It will be 7, 8, 9. Cadleb, Stewart, and Ricks. They'll need something from that part of the order to try and keep the game alive. 3-1 now to Herring. Straight up, drifting foul, full count.
3 balls, 2
A
strikes.
grand slam by Haley Bejarano, who's on deck. Provided the 4 runs for the slice in the bottom of the 4th. Other than that, pretty quiet offensively. Against Wilkie and now Green. Payoff to Herring. Right in there for a called strike 3. Backwards K, 2 down. For the Squeeze, it was 1 run in the 6th. But they've had a runner on base in 5 of the 6 innings. Left on base, I should say. Bejarano, 1 for 2. The difference right now. That grand slam in the 4th. First pitch low. Green out of Presbyterian. 1.24 ERA in 2020. 13-2 record for the Blue Hose. Misses the change. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Two. Bejarano lets it go high. Full count.
3-2.
2 down. Bottom of the 6th. Slice up 4-1. Trying to add a little bit more before we head to the 7th. That could help. And making a nice leaping play is Konselnick for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Once again here in this game for the Slice offense, but they've still got a 4-1 lead over the Squeeze, and now the final chance for the 6-1 Squeeze. Winners of their last 6, they'll turn to 7-8-9 against Shannon Sale, who will try and close it out. Game 2 of our doubleheader coverage here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida, coming down to the wire as we head to the top of the 7th. I blame Mario. It was all Mario's fault. Top of the 7th, final chance for the Squeeze. Trailing it 4-1 to the Slice. Cadleb, Stewart, and Ricks trying to keep the game alive against Shannon Sale in the circle. First pitch, swing and a miss from Cadleb. Cadleb on the day 0 for 2. Strikeout in the 2nd, ground out to start off the 5th. Here we are in the 7th. Again, I bring up the game on Thursday. 8-4 fast pitch U. In the top of the 7th, the Squeeze came back to tie it at 8. Here in the top of the 7th, they trail 4-1. Cadleb chases rise 1-2. Chases outside for the K, 1 down. Now Abby Stewart. She struck out a couple times against Sale. Swing and a miss. Again, low rise got her 0-2. Oh-2 to Stewart. Outside, just missed. 1 and 2. Chased it. 2 down. That's strikeout number 11 for Shannon Sale. And the squeeze down to the final out here in the top of the 7th. It's Megan Ricks, 1 for 2. Single in the 5th, strikeout in the 3rd. That one hammered out to left. Davis has it, makes the catch for out number 3 to get the victory for the Slice as the squeeze sees a 6-game win streak come to an end, and this will have major repercussions in the standings. Tough loss for Kenna Wilkie. She drops to 3-2 this summer after going 5 innings, 3 hits, but one of those was a grand slam by Haley Bejarano. All those runs were earned, 4 walks, 6 Ks. Your winner is Shannon Sale, who, as I do quick math, surrendered 1 run it was earned on 6 hits, not very many walks, and 11 strikeouts for Sale. She moves to 2-1 on the summer. Slice now 4-4, 1-1 on this Saturday. Squeeze dropping their only game of the last day of week 2. They fall to 6-2 and will certainly not be in the top spot anymore, with the River Mocs already at 7-1 right now and playing over on the other field. We'll give you a quick update on that before we sign off. River Mocs and the Impact. Currently it's the bottom of the 5th. River Mocs still up 3-0. So if a Slice gets the win, the Grand Slam is the difference. 4-1 over the Manatee Squeeze. That's it for our coverage here this week, week 2 of the FGCL. Lots of fun. Upset Saturday certainly lived up to the name. And now we take our day off, reset, and get ready for Monday that will be here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Those games will begin at 5 o'clock, and then we've got another one at 7 that night. For our entire crew at Stream Live Tampa, for Jim Delaney, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long. It's really hot. Let's go get some ice cream or something